1822 BC, 2073 AM. Abraham is 125 years old when he relocates to the city of Kirjath Arba, a city built by his kin, the Anakim giants, sons of Noah and Noah's sons. The city is named City of Arba, one of the firstborn sons of Noah and Namar after the flood, a sister of Semiramis, queen of Babylon and mother-wife of Nimrod. Nimrod was himself still alive and well at 165 years old. Kirjath Arba will later be renamed Hebron, a city famous in biblical history. Isaac is 25 years old, and the Venerable Shem is 515 years old. 1821 BC, 2074 AM. Some Philistines steal one of Abraham's wells, a severe violation in antiquity under patriarchal law. In the Bronze Age, such an act would lead to war. Abraham is famous throughout the Fertile Crescent nations, and his name has been found in ancient cuneiform text as Abramu. King Abimelech of Philistia apologizes to Abraham and they enter into a peace agreement. Abimelech did not know it, but he averted a national disaster. This was 414 years after Ham, the ancestor of the Philistines, was cursed for a sexual trespass against Noah involving Namar, 414 being a cursed earth period. This demonstrates that this year of Abimelech's apology extended the cursed time for Philistia to 1407 BC, another 414 years when the Israelite descendants of Abraham would conquer Canaan in the year 2488 Annus Mundi, 1407 BC. This parallels the fact that this was the 2488th year of the Phoenix chronology. The story of Abraham and Abimelech is in Genesis and Jasher. 1 Genesis, 2 Jasher. 1819 BC, 2076 AM. The Masonic text called the Inigo-Jones document records that this is the Annus Mundi year that the Great Pyramid was constructed. Many older Masonic writings mention Abraham and Enoch and the Great Pyramid. This is an apparent anachronism, confusing Abraham's presence in Egypt at the Great Pyramid 4 years earlier in 1825 BC with the construction of the monument. 1807 BC, 2088 AM. Abraham is 140 years old, and he is led to sacrifice Isaac on a mountain altar at the behest of God. Sorrowful but obedient, Abraham takes Isaac, who is then 40 years old. Abraham knows that God has promised that through his seed shall be many mighty nations, and that his descendants would fill the earth. He believed this promise was to be fulfilled through Isaac, his earliest son through an Egyptian princess. Hagar, named Ishmael, was in this year 54 years old. This was exactly 70 years since the Abrahamic covenant was established. Just before Abraham is about to fulfill his oath, a substitute is provided in the form of a ram caught in a nearby thicket. Discovering the matter of the intended sacrifice, the elderly Sarah rushed out and finds Isaac alive and well, and the book of Jasher reads that she was overcome with relief and died at that moment. It was for Sarah that Abraham bought the cave of Machpelah. The Abrahamic covenant is now firmly ratified, and the calendrics for this year bear it out as one of significance. As the Annus Mundi year of 2088, this was 1044 plus 1044, a golden proportion number. This was the year 2232 of the orbital chronology, or 744 times 3, the number 744 being a golden proportion number as well. This year was 1296 of the Vedic calendar, or 432 times 3, also 144 times 9. It was 1008 Anno Pyramid, and 432, 144 times 3, after the flood in 2239 BC. As 92 years after the Babel dispersion, this was 1104 months, or 552 plus 552. Even to events in the future, this was an important year. This year was 360 years to the Exodus in 1447 BC, 400 years to the Israelite conquest of Canaan in 1407 BC, and 1200 years to the fall of Jerusalem to Babylon in 607 BC. This begins an 1840-year countdown to 32 AD, which is 22,080 months, or exactly 552 times 40. The year 32 AD marks the year the chief cornerstone visited men and finalized his work. 1 Jasher, Genesis.